welcome back to yet another episode of Before You Summon. Before we start, I would like to request that you subscribe if you find these videos entertaining or helpful. January has been an extremely slow month for me, and it does help a lot when you subscribe, share this video with a friend and leave a like, even if it doesn't always seem like that. But with that said, let's get back into the event guide. We have arrived not only at our first mixed event of the year, but also our first Cheerful Carnival of the year, being Take the Best Shot. This event will probably run from January 31st to February 8th. And I'm saying probably because we did not have a colorful corner and last year was a leap year. This leap year situation is most likely going to set some events during February askew. But seeing as Take the Best Shot will run to February 8th on both the Taiwanese and the Korean server, I am pretty certain in saying that it will run to the 8th on the global server as well. This event is of the mysterious attribute, and because it is a mixed event, there is no commissioned song available. The focus character of this event is Kohane, with Haruka, Toya, Enna, and Vivi Bad Squad Luca as the supporting cast. And the synopsis reads as follows. Valentine's Day is near, and Kohane is thinking of giving Anne the chocolate she wanted, but come back disappointed after finding out that the chocolate had already sold out. That was also when she learned of a Valentine's Day photo contest sponsored by a cosmetic brand, and the prize, the chocolate she was planning to buy for Anne. Following the event's conclusion, we will see a virtual live that will be running between February 8th and February 9th. If you participate in the virtual live during the allotted time period, you will be granted 300 crystals and a stamp. The stamp this time around of Kohane called I Won't Lose Either. And the virtual live item added with this event is yet another headpiece. The headpiece this time around resembles an old school camera. So if you want this old school camera to customize your virtual live avatar, it will set you back either 3000 virtual tokens or 1000 crystals to pick it up from the virtual live accessory shop. And of course, running alongside the event is the event gacha called Photogenic Valentine. This gacha should then run from January 31st to February 10th. And since this is our final event of January, the cards in this gacha will be considered limited. Meaning that once the gacha concludes, all of these cards will be put into the vault until the gacha has a rerun in a year's time. And since this is a standard limited gacha, we will have 3 new limited cards added to the game. The first one is of course of the event's focus character Kohane and her card The Best Chocolate for Our Teammates. Kohane is a score skill card with the skill name An Unexpected Encounter, and score skill cards will grant 100% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. And of course, since this is a limited gacha, all 3 of the characters will arrive with unique costumes as well as a unique hairstyle and accessory unlockable at Mastery Rank 2. And Kohane's new costume is called Devilish Sweet Chocolate. And our second character in the gacha is Haruka, with the card creating a cool look using bitter colors. Haruka is also a scorer skilled card, meaning that she shares the exact same skill text as Kohane, with her skill name being Slight Similarities. And Haruka's new costume is called Pure and Elegant Milk Chocolate. And our final member of the new gacha is Enna, with her card Luxurious Makeup. Enna is a healer skill card with the skill name Learning Through Photography, and healer skill cards will recover 350 life and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. With Enna's new costume being called Mature and Chic Dark Chocolate. And of course, we also have 2 exchange shop cards available once the event opens. Taking the 2-star slot is Vivi Bad Squad Luca with her card Photo Contest at the Sekai. And Luca is a mysterious card with a perfect locker skill. This of course only leaves Toya to take the 3-star slot with his card Modeling Challenge. Toya is a cute attribute card with a scorer skill called Friendship Chocolate and Obligation Chocolate. And both of these cards will become available once the event opens for the standard exchange shop prices. Because we did not have a colorful corner, it is actually uncertain if this will be a Cheerful Carnival on the global server or not. We know for a fact that the Taiwanese and the Korean server will have this as a marathon event, foregoing the entire Cheerful Carnival experience because of issues with the current version of the game application. But Global has not yet cancelled a Cheerful Carnival because of these issues, but since we haven't had the colorful corner, we do not have a confirmation if this will be a Cheerful Carnival or not. In case this event is a Cheerful Carnival, the question posed for the two teams are: which do you prefer to use to take photos? The two competing teams will then be camera versus smartphone. And winning on the Japanese side was camera, but as always it's not certain that the same team will win on the global server as it did on the Japanese server. But that covers all of the general information you need to know about Take the Best Shot, so instead we can look towards the event team building. And as always, remember that the 3 cards added with the event gacha will grant the standard 70% bonus for being the focus cards of the event. Also, keep in mind the event bonus changes made during the 3rd anniversary to 4-star cards and birthday cards, as they will not be mentioned further during the team building section. And if you're an avid viewer of this channel, I am sure you know what will happen next. With this being a mixed event with a specific virtual singer, I will start with the virtual singer section instead of the focus character of the event. And things are just as bad as they always are when it comes to virtual singers during mixed events. Because this is a mixed event, it is only Luca in the Vivid Bad Squad unit with the mysterious attribute that can grant the 50% bonus. At the same time, it is only Luca who can also grant the 40% bonus if she were to be blank or unitless in the mysterious attribute. And to no one's surprise, there is only a single card available for the virtual singers, being a 50% bonus card. This in the form of the 2-star exchange shop card released with this event. And while this is bad, it is one of our best situations when it comes to a mixed event with a virtual singer, as everyone will have this card available to them no matter how new of a player they are, meaning that everyone can fill the 50% slot for the virtual singers without any problems. But this is the only card available for the virtual singer slot during this event. So moving on to the focus character of the event, Kohane has 5 available cards. This includes her 2-star card from the release celebration gacha of the event, as well as her 3-star card from the event Stray Bad Dogs. She also has 2 4-star cards, one limited, one permanent. The limited one coming from the event Scream, Welcome to the Forest of Wolves, while the permanent one comes from the event Legend Still Vivid. Her final card is a bonus card in the form of her Happy Birthday card from the 2nd year. Our second character available in the gacha, Haruka, has 6 available cards on the other hand. This includes her 2-star card from the event Chasing the Sparkle Beyond the Blue Sky, as well as her 3-star card from the event Cast a Spell on You. On top of this, she has 3 4-star cards available, all 3 of them being permanent. The first mysterious card to be released for Haruka comes from the event You Deserve It, Break Time, while the second one came out with the event Happy Lovely Every Day. And the third 4-star card was released with the event One Small Trip Before a Big Journey. And just like Kohane, Haruka has a bonus card in the form of her Happy Birthday card from the 2nd year. And finishing off the gacha characters, Enna also has 6 available cards. This includes her 2-star card from the release celebration gacha of the game, as well as her 3-star card from the event And Now I Wear This Ribbon. And Enna, just like Haruka, has 3 4-star cards, all of which are permanent. The first one was released with the event Paint What I Love Rainbow Canvas. The second one came out with the event Hope Will Someday Go Beyond the Morning. And her third 4-star card was released with the event Farewell My Mask, also known as the second Arc-Ender for Nightcore 25. And Enna joins Kohane and Haruka in having a bonus card, but her happy birthday card is from the first year instead of the second one. This leaves us with our final character, Toya, who breaks the pattern and joins Kohane in having 5 available cards. This includes his 2-star brand new style card that was added with the 3rd anniversary 2-star set, as well as his 3-star card from the event Power of Unity. Toya also has 3 available 4-star card, 1 limited, 2 permanent. The limited 4-star card comes from the event Never Give Up Cooking, while his first permanent 4-star card comes from the event Nocturne Interlude, and his second one comes from the event Legend Still Vivid. And that is our final roster. While it isn't perfect, I do think that it is one of our stronger mixed events we've seen in recent times. While I know some people will be quite upset that there is only a 2-star card available for the Virtual Singers, I actually quite like when the exchange shop solves the problem that is posed by the event. Sure, the 2-star card won't be as powerful as some other alternatives, but it's still a nice gesture to have the empty Virtual Singer slot be filled with something that everyone can pick up during the event. And with there being 4 quite old 3-star cards and all of the other 2-star cards being readily available, I would say that this is a very beginner-friendly mixed event. I'm always very happy when I see that most new to mid-game players will most likely be able to build an event team with 250% event bonus without any major issues. Of course, for late-game players, pulling from the Gacha, 300% event bonus is not possible without mastery ranks. And the 2 characters I think will be the biggest wrench in someone's wheel is either Kohane or Enna. While Enna has 3 permanent 4-star cards, all 3 of them are actually quite new, all things considered, which makes it less likely that you've snagged one of them. And Kohane obviously has the problem that she only has 2 4-star cards, one of which is limited, and the limited card is quite old at this point. But genuinely and honestly, I do think that this is one of our better mixed events when it comes to team building. I feel like new to mid-game players will be able to build a strong event team that can actually get most of the exchange shop items they want without any major commitment. And most late game players should not have that much of an issue to build a pretty semi-strong team to actually compete on the ladder. So I really don't have much more to say about the event team building, so instead we can look towards the future usability of the limited cards from the gacha. And because it was a semi-decent event team building, the future usability will also only be semi-decent. Sadly, we're off to a rocky start as Haruka has no future usability as far as we can currently see on the Japanese server. As for the other gacha cards, Kohane as well as the Vivibad Squad Luca will see use during a single event, being Overrad Squad. Overrad Squad will be running between the 30th of June to the 7th of July and includes Kohane, Akito and Miku in the gacha, meaning that Kohane is of lower gameplay value while the 2-star Vivibad Squad Luca is of higher gameplay value during this event. Enna, on the other hand, will see use during the event Wedding Live with Everyone that will be running from the 31st of May to the 8th of June. In the gacha for this event is Nene, Minori and Wonderland Showtime Luca, meaning of course that Enna's gacha card is of higher gameplay value during this event as she will never be available with anything more than a 50% bonus. And this leaves us with the exchange shop Toya, who will see use during the event Unfading Wishing that will run from the 31st of December to the 9th of January 2026. In the gacha for this event is Akito, Airi and Kaito, meaning that Toya is only ever available with a 50% bonus, making his exchange shop card higher gameplay value. especially considering if you do not have a 4-star card for Toya in the cute attribute. So Take the Best Shot definitely doesn't have the strongest future usability, especially seeing that Over Rad Squad is tied to our first ever Bloom Festival, which I know is a very hyped event, making Kohane less valuable because many people will be pulling from Over Rad Squad. But it's definitely not our worst future usability that we've ever seen, and hopefully both Nightcore 25 and More Jump will soon see another mysterious unit focused event. While Nightcore 25's last mysterious event was Farewell My Mask, which wasn't that long ago all things considered when it comes to unit focused events, More Jump's last mysterious event was More Making Christmas. And More Making Christmas is almost 2 years old at this point, being released in December of 2022. So we can hopefully see more usability for these cards in the future, but as it currently stands, it isn't very strong of an event when it comes to the future usability. But instead of rambling on about potential future usability and how bad or good the future usability is, let's instead look towards new limited costumes for Kohane, Enna and Haruka if you do not want to pull from the photogenic Valentine gacha. And our first gacha with one of these characters is Whip the Wimp Girl that will run from April 30th to the 7th of May. This is a Vivid Bad Squad unit-focused event with Toya, Anne, and Kohane in the gacha. Kohane will then straight away get another costume during the event Over Rad Squad that will run from the 30th of June to the 7th of July. We already mentioned Over Rad Squad, but in the gacha is once again Kohane, Akito, and Vivid Bad Squad Miku. This gacha is also tied to our first ever Bloom Fest with Meiko and Kanade as the Bloom Festival exclusive cards. This is followed by a new costume for Haruka during the event Chase My Ideal Idol that will run from the 30th of July to the 7th of August. This is a More Jump unit focused event with Haruka, Shizuku, and Airi in the gacha. Finally, Enna will get a new costume during the event with our hands covered in scars that will run from the 30th of November to the 9th of December. This is a Nightcore 25 unit focused event with Enna, Mizuki, and Meiko in the gacha. On top of this, we have one more special limited card for Haruka during the event Unfading Wishing. As we already mentioned before, Unfading Wishing will run from the 31st of December to the 9th of January, but Haruka is a Bloom Festival exclusive card for this event. So Haruka will be available between December 31st and January 4th instead, and joining her as the other Bloom Festival exclusive card is Anne. And of course, the characters in the gacha, like we already mentioned, is Akito, Airi, and Kaito. And that covers all of the new limited costumes for Kohane, Haruka, and Enna that we currently know of. This is recorded before the JP January limited event is announced, so one of these characters could potentially show up during the next Valentine's gacha, but I feel like that is highly unlikely. But there isn't a lot of options when it comes to new limited costume for these three characters, and it doesn't get much better when we look towards the reruns. And as always, remember that the second rerun of any limited gacha is the final rerun they will have before getting discontinued. After this, the cards are entered into the Recollection Festival pool, and if you want to know more about that, please check out my video about the Recollection Festival if you haven't already done so. But rapid firing through our reruns, the first gacha we will see is Wanderer's Journey, which has its final rerun confirmed for March. After this, we will see our first rerun of Fluttering Maiden, with its second rerun confirmed for November 2025. Also rerunning in April is The Naive Voice That Cries Out to You, which is this gacha's final rerun. This is followed by the final rerun of the Sporty Girl gacha in May, as well as the final rerun of the Spooky Wolf Forest gacha in August. After that, we will see the final rerun of Flight to the Future in October, and the first rerun of the gacha as Autumn Dusk Wanes in November, with no second rerun yet confirmed on the Japanese server. So your options for Kohane, Haruka, and Enna are very limited when it comes to both new limited gachas as well as rerunning ones. But make sure to mark the date and plan your crystals accordingly if you want to pull from any one of these gachas, as several of them have their final rerun date already confirmed. But with that, we arrive at the final question. Should you pull from the photogenic Valentine Gacha, and should you participate in the event Take the Best Shot? And the short answer to both of these questions is, as always, yes. If you want the cards from the photogenic Valentine Gacha, you should definitely pull from it. And as always, you should always participate in every event for great rewards. But speaking from my own heart, I think that this is the weakest Valentine's event we've had so far. And of course, this is very heavily my personal opinion, but I think that the costumes are underwhelming and the hairstyles are very boring for this event. On top of that, I think that the trained card arts for this set doesn't take any risks and plays it way too safe with the Valentine's theme. While I'm not saying Operation Secret Valentine or Candle Scent took a lot of risks, I do think that they are more visually interesting card sets when it comes to the trained cards. This, in combination with the lackluster future usability of these cards, as well as the already pretty solid event team building, makes it really hard for me to recommend people who are on the fence to go for this set. Especially with the slew of great events just around the corner. Such as the slew of limited unit-focused events that we will see during this year, as well as things such as the 3.5 anniversary bringing us our final Colorful Festival, and the introduction of Bloom festivals during the event over Rad Squad. Especially when we have another collaboration, most likely coming next year in the form of the EN Star collab, as well as several other high-value gachas on the horizon. But this is not me trying to convince you to not go for this set if you love the set wholeheartedly. If you've saved your crystals for this set and you really want these cards, do not let me sway you, as you should always, and I mean always, go for the sets that make you the happiest in Project Sekai. So please down in the comments tell me your opinions on this set. Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm being way too harsh? As always, I try to read every single comment, even if I don't respond to you personally. While you're down there sharing your opinion, please consider subscribing, ringing the bell, leaving a like, and sharing this video with a friend, as all of these things help me immensely. We are legit creeping up on 20,000 subscribers, which is just unfathomable to me that we have gotten that far in this short of a time, and I cannot thank you guys enough. And as always, I want to turn our attention to my patrons to give them a warm thank you for their continued support. And an extra warm thank you to my append players, being Ollie, Charlie, Katie, Mia Marie 21, Opal Siren, Peterish, Ralmaru, Shoop, Snobby Hickory, and Veritas Uwu. All of you guys are truly amazing. And if you want to support me that little bit extra, the link to my Patreon will be down in the description. But for now, I will not keep you here any longer. Let's get out of here for the week.